Hello, guys. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Jay.
Okay, so Megaba, are you there to me? Long time no see, yeah?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, where have you been this day?
I was in exam, teacher.
Oh, okay. I think you missed some of the lesson, right? So you better watch the link that we provided in our group, right? So please check it out, yeah? Again,
Yes, teacher.
yeah, please note it down, some, some information. Then if you have a question, so please feel free to reach me, yeah?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay, so have you already done your lunch?
Yes.
How many of you done? I have just finished it. As, this morning, I have to teach C2 class, yeah, C class. Then I have got a 1 hour break. So during the break, I just cook quickly and I eat it, okay? So I became like a multitasker. Not the Okay, so
Chair,
yeah, please.
can I close my video for today because the power is out and the battery is very low with my laptop?
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah. Yeah, okay. But you actively participate, right?
Yes, I will.
Okay. By the way, do you hear any information about Nora? Okay then. She's been missing for days, right? If I'm not mistaken. Don't you think so? Okay, whatever. Okay, so anyway, before we start our class, Alexander, are you okay then? Okay. Okay, great. So let me start. Wenwa, what about you, to me? Are you okay? Fine? All fine?
Yes.
By the way, how did you spend your holiday? I mean, how did you spend your weekends?
Learning.
Chinese New Year, right? So
yeah, we were holding Chinese New Year.
Yeah, so how did you celebrate it? How many of you guys are Chinese? Alexander, are you Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did you celebrate it?
No, not much. Like go to like KTV and eat something or like celebrate a little.
KTV, not the
Yeah, not much.
Not praying or something, no, not really.
No.
Okay. Okay then. So you just went to the KTV. So are you okay to participate today class? And how about the KTV ma? Huh? Session 3 session 4 session okay, anyway. How about Melody?
Yeah, I went to my grandfather's village and woke up early and pray.
Oh, great. Then you got the empal?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot, wow. Would you like to share that? Huh? My guy, no? Empal yeah. How about you, Alexander? You also got an empal?
Yeah, I just got like 50,000.
50,000. Wow, it's great. So, but you just spent all right at KTV?
No. I don't spend with my money. Just spend with my parents' money.
Oh, he's a genius. See? Okay, what about Melody? What about you? Maybe she's counting the money.
100,000.
So cool. Yeah. So what you gonna spend that one? How will you spend it?
My mother told me to save it.
Just save it. Don't give it to her, right? Theo nghề đúng không? Nóအဲ့လိုမျိုးပဲပေးရနော်အိမ်ကိုနော်နောက်ပိုင်းကျတော့ဘတ်ငွေတွေပါထားတယ်mà like 5 လောက်ရတယ်ဆိုရင်2လောက်ကိုဘတ်ငွေထားတယ်3လောက်အပ်တယ်လို့ပါလို့ပြောတာငင်းရမပွေးရတယ်သူတို့တိန်းတာလေနော် It's not that much
It's true, teacher.
yeah
သိမ်းထားပြီးမယ်နဲ့ပြန်မရဘူးကျင်
ဟုတ်ပါတိန်းထားပေးမယ်နော်ပြီးသွားဘာဝယ်ပြီးမယ်ညာဝယ်ပြီးမယ်ပြီးဘာပြန်မရအောင်နော်ဝယ်လည်းမဝယ်ပေးဘူးတို့ပါတော့ Okay then okay so shall we start now are you guys ready yeah let me go to my coursework okay so I think I give you some homework if I'm not mistaken is that correct
Yes,
okay how many of you guys done
I have done it.
yeah raise hand please if you have done I mean you can raise hand mean like using the emoji or how do we say raising hand yeah okay 3 of you 4 of you yeah okay great so now let me check with you guys now check the two check number 1 could you please tell me number 1 number 1 is already done can number 2 hello
Summarize the plot.
summarize the plot really let me check yeah yes correct and what about number 3
Not example of good
Yes,
point
I-
about the faith.
give examples of good points about the riff so number 3 is this one right okay let me draw the line number 2 is summarizing plots number 3 is give the examples of good points about film right Paula
Yes.
okay and then number 4
give an
Give an
opinion
opinion of the scrim and the film technique.
techniques
okay so this one right gives an opinions of the script and techniques okay yep then the last one 5 will be gives an
Overall
opinion.
opinion.
opinion okay great you've done this one
Yes.
yeah okay so who would like to tell me number 2 number 1 how does the film create suspense how many of you done this one ကုန်ပြီးခဲ့လားကလေးတွေပြီးခဲ့ပြီလားမပြီးတဲ့ကလေးရှိလား
Check. I haven't
Check.
finished number 1 because I don't know how to write.
okay okay so who has got that idea for number 1 the idea for number 1 teacher number 1လေးတရားလောက်ပြောပြပါလားဘယ်သူရှိလဲ
Check. I wrote like by not letting you have any ideas about what terrible thing happened with the twice.
okay သူကဒီမှာမေးထားတဲ့မေးခွန်းကနော်တချို့ဒီ film ကတဲထိတ်ရဖို့ဖြစ်ဖို့အတွက်ဟုတ်လားနော်နည်းနည်းလေးအဲ့လိုမျိုးဘယ်လိုပြောမလဲနည်းနည်းလေးhorrify ဖြစ်ဖို့ပေါ့နော်သူကဘယ်လိုမျိုး film ကို create လုပ်ထားလဲလို့မြင်ဟုတ်လားအဲ့တော့ Chero ကဘယ်လိုမျိုး film ကို create လုပ်ထားလဲဆိုတော့သိဖို့ဆိုရင်နော် Chero ကဒီဟာကိုဖတ်မှရမယ် maybe yeah so ဒီမှာလဲ mention ထားမယ်တင်တယ် fourth para မှာလားမသိဟုတ်လား fourth or third para မှာလားမသိ now as you watch the film you have no idea about of the terrible things that are going to happen to the dry this is the part of the film sex because your cabin you are kept in suspense. You really don't know whether the choice are going to survive, right? အဲ့တော့ तू က hidden လုပ်ထားတာပေါ့တချို့အပိုင်းတွေကဟုတ်လားအဲ့တော့ hidden လုပ်ထားတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့ Cheryl ကနည်းနည်းတဲတဲ့ရေဘူးဖြစ်တယ်လို့ခံစားရတာလीเนาะအဲ့တော့ Cheryl အဲ့ဒါကခုန Jolie ပြောသလိုပဲဆိုတော့ဒီ Cheryl ဘယ်လိုရေးလို့ရမှာပေါ့ So how you can give an answer for that? This one, right? You have no idea of the terrible things that are going to happen to the toys. Because they already mentioned here, this is the part of the film success. They already mentioned like that. So you can take that part, like you have no idea of the terrible things that are going to happen to the toy. So in that way, it makes the film create suspense, right? Okay, so actually, this is not really important one. So I really I don't care about your grammar or something like that because I really try to get your idea first. No, okay, so don't worry too much about your text, no? Okay, so what about number 2? How does the film end? How does the film end according to the test?
The end of the film, the trial are finally taken in by the gay called Benny, who go down and go home.
Could you repeat it again?
Oh, yes, dear. The end of the film, the trial are finally taken in by a girl called Bonnie, who go down and go home. And number 2, yeah.
Second para, yeah?
Second part, yeah.
The last sentence, the
last one.
Yeah.
However, the toys are sent to the children's play center by mistake where they have a very difficult time. Woody comes to the rescue and the toys are finally taken in by a girl called Bonnie who gives them a good home. Okay. Okay, so this will be the end one, right? Hold on.
I wrote the films end happily.
Happily, yeah. Okay, what about when what me?
The film ends happily and there are some very funny moments.
Moments. Okay, great. Yeah, I think I also need to watch that one. No? I recommend you to watch it. So I think I should skip this one for a while. No, teacher, I cannot skip look how like no pure you pure as well. No, teacher I tell like baby discussion. Okay, you better watch the film, then you need to read that one. After that, we're gonna discuss about that. Maybe later. Okay, so now let's continue next part. Okay. Have you ever watched that one? Can it like Beckham? I am my door. Gigi like okay, 5, 6, we've done 5 and 6. Okay, so now we are going to work on chapter 8. Let's go to chapter 8. Tamikaba, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great. So now what we are going to do is we are going to listen track number 16. Okay, it's all about the rainforest. Okay, so do you know the very famous rainforest in the world? What is it? The world largest rainforest and the world famous one.
Amazon.
Yes, correct. The Amazon, right? And how about in Myanmar? Can we find rainforest in Myanmar? Do we have a rainforest in Myanmar? You can yell or yang shui no, I know. Okay. Do we have a rainforest in Myanmar?
I don't know.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, of course we have. Can you tell me where? Can you tell me where? Rainforest ရှိလားမြန်မာမှာရှိတယ်เนาะအများကြီးရှိတယ်เนาะကျိုးလည်းချမ်းသာပါတယ်သူကတော့ကုန်ပြီအရင်တော့တစ်ချိန်လောက်ပေါ့เนาะချမ်းသာခဲ့လို့ပါ Okay rainforest ရှိလို့တစ်တွေထုတ်တာလေမနောက်နိုင်ဘူးเนาะအဲ့တော့ rainforest ရှိရယ် rainforest မှာကျိုးလို့ဘာရှိလဲဆိုတော့အဲ့လည်းသိချင်မသိမရောက်ဘူးเนาะအဲ့တော့ rainforest ကတစ်ချက်တည်းနဲ့ကျိုးရိုးမတွေကတော်တော်များများ rainforest တွေထင်တယ်I think လေဘကိုးရိုးမတော့ပါလေအဲ့လိုမျိုးရိုးမရဆိုเนาะအဲ့တည်းမှာကျိုး like wild animals တွေလည်းရှိရဟုတ်တယ်မလားမြန်မာမှာဆိုလေเนาะပြီးကျိုးစင်နေဆိုလည်းရှိဟုတ်လားစင်နေစင်ရိုင်းနေပြီးတော့နောက်ဟိုဟာအများကြီးပါပဲတော်တော်များတယ်เนาะအဲ့တော့ rainforest အကြောင်းမြန်မာနိုင်ငံနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီး relate လုပ်ချင်တယ်ဆိုရင်เนาะနည်းနည်း you have to Google လေเนาะနည်းနည်းတော့ပြန်ရှာဖတ်ရလိမ့်မယ် but now we are going to talk about Amazon forest เนาะ Amazon rainforest အကြောင်းကျွန်တော်ပြောကြပါမယ် Okay so what do you think about rainforest rainforest တွေကဒီကျွန်တော်တို့ပေါ့နော် why you think is really important to us What do you think Do you think it is important for us Yeah, it is important. Yeah, of course. So why do you think it's important to us?
Can absorbing carbon dioxide.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Then and then yeah,
Rainforests can stabilize the climate.
Sorry?
Rainforests can stabilize the climate.
Yeah, of course. Yes, correct. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then and then
And it's the main place for natural habitat.
yes, correct. Yeah. This is the main place. Yeah. There we can see lots of species, right? Okay, then what else? Any idea? Okay, so anyway, it's okay, no? Okay, so guys, you have to listen to the TV program. Okay, one of the TV program, you need to guess what is it. Then also you have to complete the fact file about the tropical rainforest. Okay, so are you guys ready? Let me switch on the CD, wait, track number. Just your track number, assisting, no, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, great. Okay, are you guys ready? You guys ready? Now let me play the track. Let's go.
Track 16.
Tropical rainforests cover about 8% of the world's land surface. The largest of the tropical rainforest is the Amazon. There are rainforest areas in 9 countries in South America. Why are tropical rainforests so important for life on Earth? Tropical rainforests are home to over 30 million types of plants and animals. 30 million. Just imagine. That's half of the Earth's wildlife and 2/3 of its plants. The plants provide food and shelter for the many animals that need the rainforest to survive. More than 25% of our modern medicines come from tropical forest plants. For example, the anti-malaria drug quinine is taken from a tree in the Amazon. And there are many more medicines yet to be discovered. Of course, a lot of the things we eat and drink every day come from the rainforest. Nuts, bananas, spices, coffee and chocolate. The rainforest also helps to control our climate. It is thought that the Amazon forests alone hold more than half the Earth's rainwater. The forest trees take up water from the forest floor and release it into the atmosphere, where it becomes mist and clouds. We also depend on trees to keep the air clean. Trees take in the carbon dioxide we produce and give out the oxygen we need to breathe. And there are a lot more interesting facts about the rainforest. For example, did you know that...
Okay, you guys got it? So could you please tell me what types of TV program is? Can you guess? Okay.
Kind of,
Yep.
I think science related TV program.
Okay. So what do you think, others? What do you think, guys? Technically, your TV program no tell level.
Track 16.
Tropical rainforest.
Okay. So what about others? Technically, yeah. By the way, you got the all points for your for filling blanks. You got the answer.
Yes.
Try to listen one more time.
teacher နောက်တစ်ခါပြန်နားထောင်ပါ
Okay. Okay, one more time.
Track 16.
Tropical...
I'm sorry. Sorry.
16.
Tropical rainforests cover about 8% of the world's land surface. The largest of the tropical rainforest is the Amazon. There are rainforest areas in 9 countries in South America. Why are tropical rainforests so important for life on Earth? Tropical rainforests are home to over 30 million types of plants and animals. 30 million. Just imagine. That's half of the Earth's wildlife and 2/3 of its plants. The plants provide food and shelter for the many animals that need the rainforest to survive. More than 25% of our modern medicines come from tropical forest plants. For example, the anti-malaria drug quinine is taken from a tree in the Amazon. And there are many more medicines yet to be discovered. Of course, a lot of the things we eat and drink every day come from the rainforest. Nuts, bananas, spices, coffee and chocolate. The rainforest also helps to control our climate. It is thought that the Amazon forests alone hold more than half the Earth's rainwater. The forest trees take up water from the forest floor and release it into the atmosphere, where it becomes mist and clouds. We also depend on trees to keep the air clean. Trees take in the carbon dioxide we produce and give out the oxygen we need to breathe. And there are a lot more interesting facts about the rainforest. For example,
Okay, so let me check with you guys together. Maybe it can be a Discovery Channel like that. Maybe, yeah. So can you guess what? Now go by
Research officer.
Sorry,
Research officer.
research channel, you think? Maybe, okay. How about like science channel? Kind of like, yeah, maybe, right? Okay, anyway. So now we're gonna check the answer. So could you please tell me, number one, tropical rainforest cover
8%.
8%.
8% of the world land surface. Okay, great. How about number two? The largest rainforest is the
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon. Okay, and rainforests are home to,
30 million.
Over
30
30
million.
million.
sorry,
Half
Half,
of the half.
half of the
Half.
wildlife.
Why?
half of the earth, wildlife, and
2/3.
2/3.
2/3 of its plants. Okay, so I think I need to check this one again, not with you. Okay, anyway, how about number four?
More than 25%.
25%.
25%.
25%.
Okay, 25% off. Okay, how about five?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah. And then six, the Amazon rainforest whole,
Half.
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 half of. Okay, and then number seven, the trees in the rainforest keep their air clean by taking in
Carbon
Carbon
dioxide.
Right.
and producing.
Oxygen.
We need to breathe. Okay, so now we're gonna check number three and number four. No, okay. So number three and number four need to call up and check logia.
Track 16.
tropical rainforests cover about 8% of the world's land surface. The largest of the tropical rainforest is the Amazon. There are rainforest areas in 9 countries in South America. Why are tropical rainforests so important for life on Earth? Tropical rainforests are home to over 30 million types of plants and
Over
animals.
30 million.
30 million. Just imagine. That's half of the Earth's wildlife and 2/3 of its
Oh, sorry,
plants.
half of the earth, wildlife, and
The plants provide food and shelter
okay, you
for
got
the
it?
many animals that need the rainforest to survive. More than 25% of our
More
modern
than
medicines come
25%.
from tropical
Okay,
forest
more than
plants.
25%.
For example,
Okay, I think you got the point,
anti-malaria
right?
drug quinine is taken.
Oh, great. Okay, so now I'm going to play the track if needed. I mean, you guys can work on number 3 now. Okay, so this is all question and you have to answer the question now. Okay. So how many minutes you want for that? Or do I need to replay the track again? Do I need to replay?
Yeah, replay it.
So, okay then. Okay, let's go.
Track 16.
Tropical rainforests cover about 8% of the world's land surface. The largest of the tropical rainforest is the Amazon. There are rainforest areas in 9 countries in South America. Why are tropical rainforests so important for life on Earth? Tropical rainforests are home to over 30 million types of plants and animals. 30 million. Just imagine. That's half of the Earth's wildlife and 2/3 of its plants. The plants provide food and shelter for the many animals that need the rainforest to survive. More than 25% of our modern medicines come from tropical forest plants. For example, the anti-malaria drug quinine is taken from a tree in the Amazon. And there are many more medicines yet to be discovered. Of course, a lot of the things we eat and drink every day come from the rainforest. Nuts, bananas, spices, coffee and chocolate. The rainforest also helps to control our climate. It is thought that the Amazon forests alone hold more than half the Earth's rainwater. The forest trees take up water from the forest floor and release it into the atmosphere, where it becomes mist and clouds. We also depend on trees to keep the air clean. Trees take in the carbon dioxide we produce and give out the oxygen we need to breathe. And there are a lot more interesting facts about the rainforest. For example, did you know that
Okay, so I hope you guys got the point, right? Let's talk about number 3, number 1. How many countries in South America have rainforest area?
9 countries.
9 countries.
9 countries, yes, correct. No? Okay, so what about number 2? Why are plants important for animals who live in the rainforest?
Because they provide food and shelter.
Okay, any different idea? Why are plants important for the animals who live in the rainforest?
Because there are over 30 million plants.
Sorry?
Because there are over 30 million plants.
30 millions, 300, right?
300, yeah.
But I think this is not the answer for number 2. So number 2 က သူမျိုးမိထားတာက animals တွေအတွက်လို့ပြောထားတာလေเนาะဒီ rainforest မှာနေထိုင်တဲ့ဒီတိရစ္ဆာန်တွေအတွက်ဘာကြောင့်ဒီအပင်တွေကအရေးကြီးရလဲတဲ့။ဒါဒီနေရာမှာ highlight လုပ်တာ animals ကို highlight လုပ်တာပေါ့။အဲ့တော့ဒီ share ဘယ်လိုဖြေလို့ရမလဲ။
Because plants provide food and shelter for the many animals that live there.
Yes, correct. So your answer is same with the Julie, right? So plants are important for animals who live in the rainforest because they can provide food and shelter to the animals, right? သူကနေဖို့လည်းဟုတ်တယ်စားဖို့အစားအသောက်လည်းဟုတ်တယ်ဟုတ်လားအဲ့တော့ပင်တွေမှာတိရစ္ဆာန်တွေနေလဲနေကြတယ်ပြီးတော့သူတို့ကအစားအသောက်တွေကဒီဟိုအောင်ပဲ plants ကိုပဲမှီဝဲကြတယ်ပြောလိုက်နော်တချို့တိရစ္ဆာန်တွေကြတော့အပင်မှာနေတယ် but စားတော့အခြားတိရစ္ဆာန်တွေမိပြီးဖြစ်လည်းဖြစ်မယ်နော်သူကဒီ ecosystem အများတော့သူကသူလဲပတ်နေမှာပဲလीနော် Okay, so next one, number 3. Where does the anti-malaria drug quinine came from? Anti-malaria means ငှက်ဖျားတိုက်ဖြတ်ရေးပေါ့နော်ငှက်ဖျားတိုက်ဖြတ်တဲ့ဆေးပေါ့နော်ငှက်ဖျားဆေးပေါ့ပြောမယ်ဆိုနော်အဲ့တော့ anti-malaria drug quinine ကဘယ်ကနေကြတာလဲ
Trees from
From the
Amazon.
tree.
A tree in
Taken
Amazon.
from Amazon.
from tree.
Yeah, so one by one is better. Start from Melody. Can you please tell me?
Tree from Amazon.
Trees from the Amazon. Okay. If you guys agree with her, raise hand, please. If you have the same idea. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The trees from the Amazon, right? Okay. That is why it is really important. No, rainforest culture. Say why? Yeah. No. Chero Myanmar le thuni la kaung me. Kli uti phuri ne lok thare. The tying say especially around no chero ma jaro no traditional tying say the anya ka chero adi titori de ya no. Okay. So next number 4. Why is the rainforest important for medical research? Why it is important for medical research?
Because more than 25% of modern medicine come from forest plants.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so now I'm talking about like traditional one and modern one, right? So now people like modern ones or the chelashi kimi say worry bo. Nala kipo say worry on kimi say worry on your mama, you know. The masgala kipo on a kimi ne. Okay, so kimi say worry with your macherokulashi tell me that the English say no. I hide it on ya, 25% na beyond la so ye. Chero Amazon forest canning no the forest canning matu was research lo ma yara no tap your research dia lonely lonely zebe no error chero ka rainforest ka yeji bare because 25% of the modern medical 25% of the modern medicine came from the rainforest, right? Okay, so next one, number 5. Why do we often see mist and clouds above the rainforest? Why do we often see mist and the clouds above the rainforest? He explained the, some process at the end of the track. So do you guys hear it? Why do we often see mist and cloud above the rainforest? Any idea?
Carbon dioxide is taken in the tree and oxygen given out.
Yeah, this is one thing, but how can you conclude it? I mean, how can you make it detailed? Okay, let's listen one more time now. The last part.
We also depend on trees to keep the air clean. Trees take in the carbon dioxide we produce and give out the oxygen we need to breathe. And there are a lot more interesting facts about the rainforest. For example, did you know that
Okay, wait.
nuts, bananas, spices, coffee and chocolate? The rainforest also helps to control our climate. It is thought that the Amazon forests alone hold more than half the Earth's rainwater. The forest trees take up water from the forest floor and release it into the atmosphere where it becomes mist and clouds.
Okay, so you might got the answer right. What is it?
because the atmosphere.
The will mentioned the one, right? So this is also for the we just talking about like how do we call we just got the oxygen, right? So but now we are talking about the mist and the clouds. So can you guys touch it, Milaila? Okay, one more time.
The rainforest, nuts, bananas, spices, coffee and chocolate. The rainforest also helps to control our climate. It is thought that the Amazon forests alone hold more than half the Earth's rainwater. The forest trees take up water from the forest floor and release
Okay, so the forest tree take up water from the
Forest floor.
Forest floor.
and
it into the atmosphere where it
release it into the atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
See the mist and the clouds. You got it? Okay. Okay, so I think you got all the answer, right? Any questions up to here? No questions. Okay, so now let's back to the workbook. Okay, so now you guys have to work on number 1, please. It's on page number 46. Okay, if you guys then type BIGO in the chat, BGO. Let me make a bar. Have you done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Done, right? You done, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So who gonna tell me number one, tropical rainforest cover?
S,
1, 2,
S,
1 and up. Okay. This one, right? So tropical rainforest cover about 8% of the world's land surface. Okay, and how about number 2?
P.
P,
P.
The Amazon in South America is
T.
the largest tropical
rainforest
rainforest.
in the world.
T, right? Is the largest tropical rainforest in the world.
In the world.
Is that correct, Lazanda?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And number 3, tropical rainforests are home to
C.
C.
C. So me over 30 million, not 300 million, 30 million. Not okay, 30 million types of plants and animals. Okay, and how about 4? The plants provide
A,
A.
the plants provide food and shelter. Yeah. Okay, and how about 5? More than 25% of
B,
B.
modern medicine come from, right? Okay, and there are many more medicines yet to be
B.
discovered. Okay, you got it right. So let's back to our course book again. How many of you guys really interested? You guys are really interested in biology, or you are currently learning biology? How many of you guys are learning biology? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and also Megabah, right? I mean, you also learning biology.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great. So if you learn the biology, I think you may know about this one, photosynthesis and aerobic respiration, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to read this one. So you guys have to read this one. Then you will see that this is the equation. Yeah, according to the paragraph, you need to fill the blank. You need to fill the, you need to complete the equation, yeah? Can you? Let's do it. Okay, done. Also, aerobic respiration, done. Really, seriously, are all of you done?
yes,
How about Megabah, Tami, reading or done?
Done, teacher.
Okay. Well, how about you, to me? Done. Okay. And Alexander? Already? Okay. Kim, Melody? Yeah. Oh, okay. So, what do you fill in the blank for this one? For photosynthesis?
Water.
Water.
Water and carbon dioxide, water, and the light energy, no? Okay. Let me check it later. And then how about number 2? Aerobic respiration, glucose,
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
oxygen to carbon dioxide, water. Okay. Who can explain me a bit about photosynthesis? How do you understand that? How do we call Burmese in photosynthesis? What does it mean in Myanmar?
ဆေးရွက်များ
ဘာဖြစ်လဲ
နေရောင်ခြည်ကိုအသုံးပြု
အ
ပြီး
သုံး
အ
ပြု
စာ
ပြီးအ
ချက်
စာ
လုပ်
စာ
ချက်
ချက်လုပ်ခြင်း
နေရောင်ခြည်သုံးပြီးတော့မှအစာချက်တဲ့အကြောင်းပြောပါเนาะဟုတ်ပြီတချို့တို့အစာချက်တာလားမဟုတ်เนาะအပင်နေเนาะ Okay ကျုပ်တို့အစာချက်တာတော့မြန်တယ်เนาะ9နှစ်တစ်ခါလောက်ဘိုက်စာနေတယ်ပါတော့ဟုတ်လား Okay then photosynthesis လေးတစ်ချက်လောက်တရားလောက်ပြောပြပါဦး How do you understand that
Photosynthesis is the way plants make foods using the energy from the sun.
Yeah, that's it. Can you explain a bit about the process? How? First, the plant take in carbon dioxide, right, from the air to their leaf. အဲ့တော့သူတို့မှာ part တွေရှိရဟလာကျွန်တော် roots ကလည်း roots အလုပ်လုပ်တယ် stem ကလည်း stem အလုပ်လုပ်တယ် then သူတို့ရဲ့ leaf တွေကလည်းအလုပ်လုပ်တယ်ဟုတ်လားအဲ့ညာမှာမှချေတို့ကphotosynthesis အတွက်ကိုချေတို့ကplants က carbon dioxide ကိုဘယ်ကနေယူတာလဲဆိုရင်ချေတို့သူ့ရဲ့ leaf ကနေပြီးမှသူကဒီ carbon dioxide ကိုယူတယ် then they take up water from the ground အဲ့တော့ကျတို့ဒီမြေကြီးထဲမှာရှိရ roots ကတော့ဘာကိုတည်ဆောင်ပြီးလဲဆိုရင် water ကိုတည်ဆောင်ပြီးရဟုတ်လားနော် then combine with the energy from the sunlight after that they mix the plants release oxygen into the air အဲ့တော့ at the same time မှာပဲပြောမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အစားစားပြီးရင် cherry ဘာလုပ်တာလဲလေးလေသူတို့ပဲเนาะအဲ့လိုပဲသူကလည်းဘာလုပ်လိုက်လဲဆိုတော့သူပြန်လွှတ်လိုက်တာကဘာလဲဆိုရင် oxygen ကိုလေထဲကိုပြန်ပြီးမှလွှတ်ပေးလိုက်တယ်နော် okay အဲ့တော့ teacher တို့ဒီညမှာအဓိကထားပြောမယ်ဆိုရင်သူကအဓိက3မျိုးကိုသုံးပြသွားတယ်ဟုတ်လားရေရယ် then လေရယ် and ပြီးတော့ sunlight ရယ်နော်အားလုံးပေါင်း3မျိုးသုံးပြီးမှသူကဒီ oxygen release လုပ်တယ်နော်ပြီးတော့တဲ့အခါမှာ oxygen at the same time they release the oxygen into the air they also produce the glucose in the plant maybe they might store in the stem maybe the oxygen is released into the air through the leaf glucose is needed by the plant for the energy so this process is called photosynthesis so I hope that you understand that right so first we need the carbon dioxide and also we need the water and light energy so that it can make it into glucose and oxygen but they use the glucose for their survive but they release oxygen into the air okay အဲ့တော့ glucose ကိုတော့သူကအဓိကယူပြီးတော့မှ oxygen ကိုကျတော့ cherry က release လုပ်ခံရဆို cherry ရတာပေါ့နော် thank you ပါပေါ့ okay so aerobic respiration so what is it what does it mean yeah well how do you understand that hello
Sure. Aerobic respiration ကတော့မသိရသေးဘူး
မတင်ရသေးရမသိဘူးပေါ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးအဲ့လိုမျိုးလေဒီချက်အခုဖတ်ခိုင်းတာလေပြောပြလို့နောက်တယ်နော် Okay, so what do you understand that? So the first step is like they just need the in photosynthesis step, they just make the glucose, right? အဲ့တော့ cherry ပထမ photosynthesis လို့ပြောလိုက်လို့ရှိရင် तू ကအဓိကအစာချက်တာပဲ तू အစာချက်တယ်လို့ပြောတာ तू လိုချင်တဲ့ points က glucose လိုချင်တာပဲဟုတ်လားနော် तू အဓိကလိုချင်တာ glucose ကိုလိုချင်တာဘာလို့လဲဆိုတော့အဲ့ glucose နဲ့မှသူတို့ကအသက်ရှင်နေထိုင်နိုင်မှာပေါ့ဟုတ်လားသူတို့ရဲ့ respiration ကိုသူလုပ်နိုင်မှာပေါ့အဲ့တော့ cherry ဒီမှာဆိုရင် all plants and animals need energy to stay alive. Yeah, of course, we people, that's why we need the food and the air, right? And also water. So that we can survive, right? Teacher le thoni lagaw me, traisan ni le thoni lagaw me, plants ti le thoni lagaw me. Ai thaya ma teacher aku plants ti jaw pyo ma so plants ti ka create energy blue ya le so the plants get their energy from a combination of glucose and oxygen. Okay, so glucose and oxygens are changed into carbon dioxide. Yeah, glucose and oxygens are changed into carbon dioxide and the water in a process called aerobic respiration. No,ဒီနေရာမှာကျွန်တော်က glucose နဲ့သူတို့မှာရှိပြီးသား oxygen နဲ့ဟုတ်လားသူတို့က oxygen ကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကိုထုတ်လုပ်ပေးရနော်ဟုတ်တယ်မလားနော်ကျွန်တော်က oxygen ကိုရှူတာဟုတ်တယ်လားနော်အဲ့တော့သူတို့က glucose နဲ့ oxygen နဲ့ကဘယ်ကို change ဖြစ်သွားလဲဆို carbon dioxide နဲ့ water အဖြစ် respiration ဆိုတာအသက်ရှူတဲ့ဟာကိုပြောတာကွယ်ပြောချင်တာဟုတ်တယ်မလားဟိုအားကျတော့အစာချက်လောက်တာခြေတို့လည်းအသက်ရှင်နေတိုင်းဖို့အတွက်ခြေတို့ကရေလဲလို့ရလေလဲလို့ရ then ခြေတို့လည်းအစာဆိုတာလို့ရဟုတ်တယ်မလားအသက်ရှင်နေတိုင်းမှာခြေတို့ကဟုတ်လားအဲ့တော့ဒီနေရာမှာခြေတို့ဒီက highlight လုပ်ချင်တာက respiration ကို highlight လုပ်ချင်တာเนาะဒီမှာ respiration လေးကို line up လုပ်ထားလိုက်ရတယ်သူတို့ကအသက်ရှင်တိရစ္ဆာန်အပင်တွေကအသက်ရှင်နေတိုင်းဖို့အတွက်ဘာလို့ချင်တာလဲဘာလို့တာလဲ carbon dioxide ကိုလိုအပ်တာဟုတ်လားသူတို့ကလူတွေနဲ့ပြောင်းပြန်အဲ့တော့သူတို့ carbon dioxide ရဖို့အတွက်ဆိုရင်သူတို့ကဘာလို့လဲဆိုရင် glucose နဲ့ oxygen နဲ့လိုတယ် glucose လိုတယ်ပေါ့အဲ့တော့ glucose လိုတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်လို့ချေတို့ကအစာချက်ရတယ်နံပါတ်1ပြီးသူတို့မှာ oxygen ရှိရဲ့အဲ့နှစ်ခုကနေမှသူတို့ဘာကိုထုတ်လုပ်ကြလဲဆိုရင် carbon dioxide နဲ့ water နဲ့ကိုထုတ်လို့ရအဲ့နှစ်ခုရမှသူတို့က survive လုပ်လို့ရတယ်အသက်ရှင်တယ်ပေါ့အဲ့ဒါကိုဘာလို့ခေါ်လဲဆိုရင် aerobic respiration လို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်တဲ့Salam they got it so here they just need glucose and oxygen so that it change into the carbon dioxide and water like that လူတွေလည်းထုံနေ၎င်းပဲလူတွေကလည်း glucose လိုတာပဲเนาะဒါပေမဲ့ cherry ကျတော့ glucose နဲ့ oxygen နဲ့လိုတာเนาะ cherry က release ပြန်လုပ်တာက carbon dioxide ကို release ပြန်လုပ်တယ်လိုတာက cherry ကကျတော့ oxygen နဲ့ glucose နဲ့လိုတယ်အဲ့တော့မှ cherry က respiration ကိုလုပ်ဆောင်နိုင်တယ် maybe if you learn more detail in the biology you might know it เนาะ later เนาะ bio ယူတဲ့ clay တွေနောက်ပိုင်း learning လုပ်ရင်လည်းပိုသိလာနိုင်မယ်เนาะyou know ဖားကြောင်းတွေပါမလားဒီယုံကြောင်းတွေ I don't know so cherry တော့ဖားတွေယုံနေတင်ခဲ့ရဆိုတော့ဒီနော် okay အဲ့မှာ respiration ပါလိမ့်မယ်နော် okay so up to here any questions no questions right okay so now I'm gonna tell you about this one use of English the present passive နော် in ဒီချက်တမုံမင်းရဟုတ်ပါ I totally forget her name. So now we're gonna talk about the present passive. I think you already know passive, right? Passive yeah, base form about it. What is it?
Verb to
Yanto.
People factory.
Yeah, verb to be plus verb 3. Past participle, right? Verb to be plus past participle. But this is the base form of the passive, right? Passive lo chero pyo like that ne. Chero verb to be plus yeah, verb 3 mean verb 3 mean verb 3 mean past participle, yeah, no? Okay, so be plus verb 3 mean past participle. I got to a base form, but if we are talking about like present passive, we have to use am, is, are. No, we cannot use like was with. So present passive will be am is plus past participle, verb 3 သုံးပေးရမယ် okay but mostly if we talk about passive we really highlight the object right ဆိုတော့ခံရတဲ့ကောင် object ကိုမှကျွန်တော်ကအဓိက highlight လုပ်ပြီးတော့ ਨੇ ရေးရဟုတ်တယ် but mostly we also put like by နောက်မှာလုပ်တဲ့လူဘယ်သူဆိုတာဘာညာစမကလာဘူးကျွန်တော်က by နဲ့ထည့်ပြီးတော့မှဖော်ပြလေးရှိတယ် but here today we are going to talk about scientific and technical writing no if you guys are talking about scientific facts or if you use the passive in the technical writing you never use like by or something no လုပ်တဲ့လူတို့မဟုတ်ချေတို့ကအဓိကတော့ဘာကိုပဲ highlight လုပ်လဲဆိုရင် we just only focus on the actions no we just focus on the actions not the person or the thing that does the action okay this is the point that I want to highlight okay you got it yeah so we never highlight the person or a thing that does the action. So we only just focus on the action. You got it? Now, look at the chero atabi ma popularly scientific sentence in Mashibu, Cheroga Dika to action of your Masubazu. For example, oxygen is released into the air through the leaf, but here we don't mention who did that actions or something like that, no? So we just only highlight the facts, scientific facts by using present passive, like oxygen is released. You got it? And then next one, glucose and oxygens are changed into carbon dioxide and water. Here you will see glucose and oxygen. This is the two items. That is why we use a R change into. Okay, so there is no more by or something. No, the show diniyama badua lo pare banya smaklam keu highlight lo bao no. Mamango kuya kai di so no yeah of course no. Mamango kai di ba ma ti phit ni no. Okay,အဲ့လိုအဆင်မပြေဘူးเนาะမောင်မောင်ကိုခွေးရကြိုက်ပြီဆိုရင်เนาะအဲ့လိုနေရာမျိုးမှာเนาะချေတို့ကခွေးရကြိုက်တယ်ဆိုတာလေးထည့်ရတာပေါ့เนาะဒါပေမဲ့scientific facts တွေဒီလိုမျိုးဟာတွေမှာဆိုရင်เนาะချေတို့ we don't need it เนาะ Okay, so any questions, guy? Hello. Yo, bro, what are you doing, bro? Are you using Paul? Yeah, no, I know by the body job, science accounting, not to a genius, no, go Alexander. No, you become our leader, no, bro. Okay, then. Okay, so are you guys ready to fill up this one? I'm gonna play the track 17 again. So in the track, you will hear that Amba and Zahara doing their science homework. Then you guys need to help them to complete the worksheet. Ready? Okay, let me play it. Okay, so ready? Hello? Yeah, let's go.
Track 17.
Do you get this stuff about photosynthesis and respiration? I think so. Okay, well, what happens when there's bright light? You mean when the sun's out? Yes. Well, there's more photosynthesis than respiration. Okay, so that means that carbon dioxide is taken in, right? Yes, that's right. And oxygen is given out. Right. So more oxygen than carbon dioxide is produced. Yes, that's right. What about when there's dim light? Well, when there's not much light, there is equal photosynthesis and respiration. So what does that mean? It means no gases are given out. In other words, oxygen and carbon dioxide aren't taken in or given out. Okay, I think I get that. What about when it's dark? That's the opposite of when it's light. So there is respiration, but there's no photosynthesis. Oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out. Oh, I see. So at night, when it's dark, more carbon dioxide than oxygen is produced? Yes, that's it. Okay, I think I'm beginning to understand it.
Okay, so guys, one more time. Or you got all? Yeah, one more time. Or you
One
get
more time, please.
Track 17.
Do you get this stuff about photosynthesis and respiration? I think so. Okay, well, what happens when there's bright light? You mean when the sun's out? Yes. Well, there's more photosynthesis than respiration. Okay, so that means that carbon dioxide is taken in, right? Yes, that's right. And oxygen is given out. Right. So more oxygen than carbon dioxide is produced. Yes, that's right. What about when there's dim light? Well, when there's not much light, there is equal photosynthesis and respiration. So what does that mean? It means no gases are given out. In other words, oxygen and carbon dioxide aren't taken in or given out. Okay, I think I get that. What about when it's dark? That's the opposite of when it's light. So there is respiration, but there's no photosynthesis. Oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out. Oh, I see. So at night, when it's dark, more carbon dioxide than oxygen is produced? Yes, that's it. Okay, I think I'm beginning to understand it.
Okay, so tell me the answer now. Okay, so can I ask you one by one? Start from Alexander. Could you please tell me number one?
It's given out.
Huh?
It's given out.
Okay, then.
And then are given out.
So
No.
you need to read.
So carbon dioxide is taken in and oxygen is given out. More than oxygen, more oxygen than carbon dioxide is produced.
Okay, great. So next one, Ta, can you choose one, please?
Melody.
So who?
Melody.
Melody. Oh, okay. Melody, next part.
Yes, Jeff. One day is daylight days equal photosynthesis and respiration. No gas are given out. In the world, oxygen and carbon dioxide taken in or given out.
Okay, wait. There is equal photosynthesis and respiration. No gases are
Given out.
given out. So guys, agree? Yeah.
Yes.
In other words, oxygens and carbon dioxide.
Taken in or given out.
Yeah. In other words, oxygen and carbon dioxide.
Are given in or are taken in or given out.
Is it positive or negative here? Guys, agree with Melody? သမီးကပြောချင်တာကိုတချင်နားလေဒါပေမဲ့သမီးပြောနေနေနည်းနည်းလေးတစ်လုံးလိုနေသေးတယ်ထည့်လိုက်ရပြီ I know you got the answer but when you tell me then you need to put one more words. What is it? သူကဒီမှာ no နဲ့တောင်းထားရော no gases ကိုတောင်းထားလေအဲ့တော့ဒီချေတို့ဒီမှာကျတော့ပြန်ရှင်းရင် in other words oxygens and carbon dioxide
Are not.
Are not. So it's we call like aren't, right? Aren't given in or it's taken in or given out, right?
Given out.
Yeah. Okay, you got it? AREN apostrophe T aren't. Okay, so next one, let me choose one, please.
Yes, teacher. I will choose Wenhua.
Wenhua, okay, next one to me.
Okay, there is respiration, but there is no photosynthesis. Oxygen is taken and carbon dioxide out. More carbon dioxide than oxygen is produced.
Okay, so guys, agree? Can you repeat it again to me? There is respiration, but there is no photosynthesis, right? Oxygen
Is taken
is taken and carbon dioxide is?
out.
Okay, guys, agree?
I wrote given out, not just out.
Oxygen is taken
Oh, yes,
and carbon
given
dioxide
out.
is given out.
Given out.
That's just unique given now. Yeah, it's okay, don't worry. Okay, then more carbon dioxide than oxygen.
Is produced.
Okay, great. Guys, got it? It's correct, right? Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so now let's back to the workbook. Let's go to your workbook. Okay, wait. Okay, so guys, now you can work on page 46, number 2. Page 46, number 2. And also page 3, page 57, the whole page, you can work on that. Yeah, so teacher will look beyond 46 and number 2, yeah. So this one. Okay, then 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you? Yeah, let's do it now. Can I have a minute to make the coffee while you are doing? Okay. Yeah, may I? Thank you. I think you guys stand right. Okay, if you guys dance, raise hand please, so that I can know how many of you done. Okay, all of you done. Wait. Okay, so start from this one, number 2, number 1. Could you please tell me what is it? Start from Alexander Pidore, teacher now do meet Melody will meet her. Okay, so Megaba, could you please tell me this one, number 2, number 1 to me?
Photosynthesis, teacher.
Photosynthesis, yes, correct. And next one, Jolie, could you please tell me?
Carbon dioxide.
I guess that is pretty when people breathe out and carbon is born. Yeah, correct. And number 3, Winwalk, could you please?
Oxygen.
Okay. And number 4, Melody. Hello, Melody, are you there? Oh, Melody out. Okay, Alexandra, could you please tell me 4?
Oh wait, I don't see the number 2. I guess start from 3, 4.
Sorry?
Number 4 is glucose.
Okay, glucose, yeah. Then, okay, for number 3, number 1, you guys put what?
Photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys agree. Yeah. Okay, so the word photosynthesis means putting together by light, and it is process by which plants make their food. Yeah, and this is how it works. So plants get energy from
Sunlight.
Sunlight.
and they take in
Carbon dioxide.
Monoxides.
Really? Are you sure? Yeah, correct. No, yeah, do that money. No, they take in carbon dioxide from air through their
Leaves.
and they take up water from the ground through their
Roots.
roots. Yeah, the plants uses the energy to turn the water and the carbon dioxide into
Glucose.
Glucose.
the plant use their energy to turn the water and carbon dioxide into glucose. As part of this process, the plants also release
Oxygen.
oxygen into the air. Yeah, correct. Okay, so number 4, number 2. It is thought that more than half the Earth's rainwater
Is
held by the Amazon forest. So water
is
Is taken up.
is taken up by the forest trees, and it
Is released.
is released into the atmosphere. Mist and clouds
Are formed.
are formed. Okay, rainforests are sometimes called the lungs of the earth, and they help to keep the air clean and to provide the oxygen we need to breathe during photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide
Is taken in.
is taken in by the trees, and oxygen
Is given out.
given out. Okay, so for number 5, guys, can you please tell me? This is all about when there is a right.
Yes.
When it is the bright light ကခြေဘယ်နှကြောင်းထပ်ရှိမလဲဆိုရင်2ကြောင်းထပ်ရေးရမယ်။ bright light ဆိုတော့အဲ့တော့ဘယ်ဟာ bright light တွေဖြစ်မလဲပြောပြပါဦး
Carbon
Carbon
dioxide
dioxide is taken in and
oxygen is given out.
Okay, so this one will be number 2. You're right. Okay, then Number 3 will be
More oxygen than carbon
Carbon
dioxide
dioxide is produced.
yeah, more oxygen than carbon dioxide is produced is 3. Right? Okay, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is the dim light, right? When it is dim light, so when there is a dim light,
When there's both photosynthesis and respiration take place.
So this will be 4 and
neither
I'm
oxygen
like, nor carbon
nor
dioxide.
carbon
yeah,
dioxide
no
is given out.
gases, right? No gases mean that neither oxygen or carbon dioxide. Yeah, this is will be 5. Hey, S difficult job. Okay, this is 5, yeah. No S. Then number 6. What about 6?
When it's dark, oxygen is taken in
And
carbon dioxide is given out.
So this will be 6. Okay, then
There is no
There's no photosynthesis.
okay, so this will be 7. Then the last
The
one.
plant
The plant
produces
produces more carbon
dioxide
than oxygen.
So this will be 8. Yeah, correct. So this will be 2, 5, 8, 3, 7, 6, 4. Okay, so thank you for joining. Yeah, so maybe coming Wednesday we will work on we are going to watch the YouTube video. Okay, so up to here, any questions?
No question.
What about you? Any questions? No. Okay, great. So okay, thank you guys. See you on coming Wednesday. Yeah, have a good day. Tata, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
See you. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah.